Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We welcome back. This is JS2 Business Studies, and the topic is cash book. I'm Mrs. Akonde, SA. The subtopic here, as in what we are going to come across under this topic, are the meaning, purpose, format, and presentation of single or simple column cash book. Alhamdulillah, last lesson we've treated the petty cash book, where we've been able to learn how to create the analysis column for the petty items bought in the business organization and how to reimburse the account. Here now is the cash book, the main cash book. So cash book here is an account in which all cash receipts and cash payments transactions are recorded. An account in which all cash receipts and cash payments transactions are recorded, and it is a part of ledger that is kept by a cashier, the main cashier this time around, and not the petty cashier this time around. So what we are saying in essence here is that in the cash book there is no provision for any credit transaction. Don't forget, in our JS1 we will be made to know that there are two types of transaction. We have cash transaction and credit transaction. Credit transaction is a situation whereby the buyers purchase and promise to pay at a later date. So meaning that credit transaction does not involve the payment of cash on the spot. But for cash transaction, this one, there is no going back. There is no future payment. The car is simply referred to as the cash and carry. You pay and collect your goods immediately. So the book where we record any cash we received and any cash we paid out are recorded is what we refer to as cash book. Like I've said, it is kept by a cashier and not the petty cashier this time around. It has two sides, the debit side and the credit side. The debit side is the left side where all cash receipts are recorded. That is, all money, all cash that comes into the business organization will be recorded in the debit side of the cash book. And the credit side, on the right side, where all cash payments, that is, all cash that are paid out are recorded. It may be payment for the purchases, it may be payment of salaries, wages and salaries, payment of rent, and so on like that. And that of cash received, the receipt might be sales, it might be income received, and so on like that. So let's look at the format of single or simple column cash book. Like I said, it has two sides, debit and credit sides. It has two sides, debit and credit sides, and the debit side, so it has two sides, as I've said earlier. The debit side and the credit side. So the headings will be there, format of single column cash book. So the name, if we are given name, the name of the owner of the account will come first, as for example Akonde SA Nigeria Limited, single column cash book. So the debit side, there is column for date, particulars, folios, and amount. And in the credit side as well, we have column for date, particulars, and folio and amount. Date column is meant to record the date in which the transaction took place. Particulars column is meant for the description of the type of transaction that took place. Folio column is meant to record the page number from the ledger, and the amount is the column that is meant to record the exact amount that were received for the debit side. So ditto for the credit side as well. The amount that were paid out will be entered into the amount column. As far as single column cash book is concerned, let's look at the terms used in the cash book. DR, debit is represented by DR. credit is represented by CR. Balance bar CD is otherwise known as the balance carried down. Bar BD is balance brought down. And we have bar CF as balance carried forward, and so on like that. So what are the rules for preparing the account? Debit, which is what comes in, that is any amount that comes into the business organization should be debited. Any amount received must be debited. Then credit, which is what goes out, any amount paid must be credited. Let's look at the types. There are 3 types of cash book. We have single or simple column cash book, we have double column cash book, and we have 3 column cash book. We have 3 column cash book. Let's look at the example. Enter the following transactions in the cash book of A.O. Jaji for the month of January 2013. From the books of A.O. Jaji for the month of January 2013. On January 1, he started business with 1,000 naira cash. 1,000 naira cash. We are going to give each transaction a description or interpretation by ourselves. So as you've been taught in JS1 that the amount used to start business is referred to as capital. So in this case, this started business with 100,000 naira cash is the capital for A.O. Jaji. Then January 6 bought goods worth 20,000 naira by cash. So a situation whereby the name of the items bought is mentioned, we are going to use the name of such items. But if it is not mentioned like this case, we are going to refer to this as the purchases. Then January 7 received 5,000 naira cash in respect of sales. So this will be tagged sales. January 7 sales 5,000 naira, and it's going to be debited. Then paid on January 11, paid the following expenses in cash. This is payment, and from the format, you've been made to know that any payment made will be credited because it goes out of the business organization. Stamps 100 naira, diesel 17. Then on January 13, paid cash 10,000 naira to Hassan Adamu. This is payment as well that will be credited. So Hassan Adamu's name will be used. Then on January 16, bought a motorcycle by cash 60,000. Here, the name of the item bought has been mentioned. So this being payment is going to be debited, and it will be referred to as motorcycle. Then on January 18, received a cash loan of 40,000 naira from Tope Aliu. Since the name of the creditor is mentioned here, it's going to be debited because we received it now. It's going to be debited, and Tope Aliu's name will be used, such that when we open the ledger, it's going to be credited in Tope Aliu's account because it goes out from Tope Aliu's account. Then January 24, bought goods worth 7,000 naira by cash. Here, the name of the items bought was not mentioned as well. So this is going to be referred to as purchases, and it's going to be credited. January 30, paid salaries of 6 persons to 20,000 naira. Here, the word salaries will be used, and is going to be credited, being payment. So let's look at the posting now. This transaction will appear in A.O. Jaji's cash book as follows. As I've said, the name of the owner of the account first, A.O. Jaji. Then simple column cash book is what we are presenting for him. Then the debit side and our credit side. Let's look at, so using the format now, date, particulars, folio, amount for debit side, date, particular folios and amount for credit side. So as you can see, on January 1, I said he started business with 100,000 naira. He started business with 100,000 naira, and that is capital, as I've said earlier, capital, 100,000. Then on January 6, take the dates after each other. January 6, purchases of 20,000 naira was made. On January 11, the items bought were stamps and the on January 11, all these were bought. Let's go back to the question. Paid the following expenses in cash: stamps 100 naira and diesel 17. So we post that separately. January 11 stamps 100 naira, January 11 diesel 17. On January 7, sales received 5,000 naira cash in respect of sales. So I said this will be referred to as sales 5,000 naira. Then on January 13, paid cash 10,000 naira to Azan Adamu. This will be credited being payment. I said Azan Adamu's name will be used.